Wow, welcome to another episode of the Basketball Enthusiast. We hope everybody's doing well, and we would just like to speak about the latest in the playoffs, the upsets and surprises. Okay, basketball enthusiasts, let's talk about Phoenix and Mavericks.
Yeah, the Phoenix Suns losing to the Dallas Mavericks was a huge upset that I didn't even see coming. I thought the Suns, after what happened last year, they were going to be motivated to get back to the finals and they were going to beat Dallas. But for some reason, they never came out with any effort in Game Seven. I don't know why, but they seemed to be out of it in Game Seven. But credit to Jason Kidd. Once again, the Lakers, I'm sure they do miss him now, but that's a different story. But credit to Jason Kidd for what he's done with that Dallas team. He has, like I said, once again, he has Luca and well, not once again, but I said it in a previous video. But Jason Kidd has gotten Luca and his team to buy into playing defense, and the Mavs are one of the best defensive teams left in the playoffs for a reason. So yeah, so Luca played excellent. I believe he had 30 points. Correct me if I'm wrong, anybody out there. I believe he had 30 points, but Luca getting those 30 points wasn't the story. Actually, it was the others, as Shaq likes to call them. His teammates stepped up. Jalen Brunson had a really nice game. Spencer Dinwiddie showed up as well, and I believe Maxi Kleber and Dorian Finney-Smith played excellent for the Mavericks as well. So that Mavericks team has a lot of belief in them, and I think that comes from the head coach Jason Kidd, their leader. So that that showed in that series against the Phoenix Suns. But yeah, that was one of the that was the biggest playoff upset to me. Like I did not, once again, did not see that coming. But that goes to show that the
Yeah,
playoffs
Phoenix Suns and the
that
Mavs.
that goes to show that the playoffs are very unpredictable, or whatever. And for the most part, coming into this year's playoffs, I thought it was going to be really good and was expecting some surprises, but like I said, nobody could have predicted the Mavericks beating the Suns like the way they did. Like, wow.
Okay, what about the Celtics versus Bucks?
The Celtics versus the Bucks. Some people gonna consider it an upset because they'll say Giannis is clearly the better player between the two teams, but I don't think it was an upset. I believe the Bucks, they really did miss Chris Middleton. That's not an excuse, or me discrediting the Celtics, because the Celtics, their defense was excellent. They did play really well, but that Chris Middleton injury did come back to hurt the Milwaukee Bucks, because Chris Middleton provides a lot of floor space, and his 3-point shooting would have spaced the floor enough where it would have at least kept the Celtics defense decent, to the point where you can't just hug up on Giannis or worry about Giannis. You say, oh wow, Chris Middleton's gonna hit this 3-pointer, knock it down, because Chris Middleton, some people tend to forget or seem to forget, but last year he was their closer. He closed a lot of games. He closed out the Nets. Unfortunately for me, he closed out the Nets. And he hit a whole bunch of big shots against the Suns, where I was just like, wow, like in amazement at what Chris Middleton did, and that's credit to him and the hard work he puts in. But my first time actually watching Chris Middleton was the 2018 playoffs. It was also for some fans that remember it, it was LeBron's last year in Cleveland, and they played this same Celtic team. Well, kind of the same Celtic team. There's on this team. There's no Terry Rozier was their point guard. They don't have Terry Rozier anymore, and they had Marcus Morris, who's now a Clipper. But when the Celtics played them that year, I was thinking, okay, the Bucks should win this series. They got Giannis. He's the better player, or whatever. That's how it should go. But they ended up taking them 7 games, and the Celtics ended up winning the series. But the most impressive thing to me was Chris Middleton. It was game 1 between the Celtics and the Bucks. And Terry Rozier at the time had hit a 3, and I think it put the Celtics up 7. So I was thinking, oh, okay, I was thinking the Celtics were going to win this game, but then all of a sudden, I watched the game and Chris Middleton hit a big time 3-pointer to tie the game up and send it into overtime, and I was just like, wow, so this guy's capable of hitting big shots.
Okay, we're coming right back to you.